lost under his spell. Welcome, cursed ones.
Good evening, everyone. It's your worst nightmare and dream come true. I'm Adrian Hallowell, broadcasting live to you. It's good to see you all again. I apologize for my absence. It has been quite a rough week since the last time I streamed, whenever that was. Been really busy and not feeling well. Actually, had been in quite a bit of significant pain for a while, and it would have been probably not the best stream quality if I tried to sit here and pretend like I wasn't. And almost canceled stream today because I actually had the worst dizzy spell of my entire life out of nowhere randomly today, and I still really don't know why that happened. So yeah, it's been rough. It's been a little bit rough. But I am here, and I'm glad to see all of you. So I hope you are doing well on this Wednesday evening. We're going to be playing more Donkey Kong 64, trying to make our way through this game, and I do have an update on something, which I will share with all of you. But yes, welcome in everybody. Welcome in Sally, thank you very much. Let's see, where do I start? So this is more of a me thing, but I did download a new chat client for Twitch, which actually helps me to see everything a lot better and to type much faster. So I am happy about that. Welcome in, Augustine. Thank you for the 55 stream streak and for taking my hat. Yeah, this new chat client is much better. I'll be using this from now on, so that I do not have to worry about Twitch's main one. I must run for my stream now. Have fun. Have a great stream, Augustine. I wish you the best. In fact, before you go, I'm going to give you a shout out. Everybody, please do give Augustine a follow if you don't already. He's an incredible artist and streamer. But yes, have a great stream, Augustine. Thank you for dropping by. I do appreciate it, as always. You poor thing, you just can't have a hat. Yeah. You don't steal and run away, come back here. I think it's already too late. But yeah. So that's just a small thing. Hey, shoutouts right as I leave are cheating. Well, when it's my stream, it's my rules, so. But yes, everybody please do give Augustine a follow. In fact, go watch Augustine's stream. But yes, have a great stream, Augustine. Other news. The new model is done. It is complete. I tested it out. Seems like it works well. The only thing left to do now is to debut it. That will be happening soon. I'm hoping within the next few days. I'm kind of putting something together for it. I just gotta finish that first, and once I do that, then the debut will happen. Yeah, I'm still looking forward to seeing what all of you think about it. Hey, welcome in, Churi. Hope you're doing well. But yes, that is exciting. Exciting for me. I'm so glad it's finally done. Really, in the grand scheme of things, did not take that long, but there's kind of a reason for that, and when I debut the model, we'll talk about it, because there's going to be a lot to talk about regarding the model. And that whole process, and some things I want to do moving forward regarding models and outfits and things like that. Thank you for restoring my hat, Churi. Sorry you're feeling garbo. I too have had pain this week. I'm sorry to hear that, Churi. Yeah, I guess it just hasn't really been that great of a time for us, unfortunately. But thank you. Yeah, we'll talk about all that stuff on the debut of the new model. And I will keep you updated on when. As soon as I finish the little thing I'm putting together for it, then I will put up a date for when the model debut will be. But yes, with that being said, not really sure what else there is to talk about. I've just been pretty focused the last few days on just trying to feel better and handling other, you know, IRL stuff, so I could free up some time to stream. But one thing I guess that maybe I should talk about is moving forward, like with the channel and stuff like that. I know I've talked about wanting to do some ambitious stuff. You might see some of that stuff happening in the relatively near future, I want to say. If I can get the things that I'm interested in doing up to a certain standard. I've been experimenting with a lot of stuff that I can't really talk about right now because it would kind of give it away. But I've been really wanting to experiment with some presentation things as well as incorporating more lore stuff. How much of that I'm going to actually be able to incorporate depends, and I'm going to want your feedback on it whenever those things start to appear. I know it's kind of vague. I can't really talk too much about it because, again, I could very, very easily give it away if I mention it. But I've kind of had some ideas for how to get around some of my technical and financial limitations, at least in the short term, until I can kind of get things to where I'd like them to be. We'll see how it all works out. But part of that is kind of gonna factor into the model debut, just a little bit. Not as much as I would like at the moment, but you'll understand more when you see it. But yeah, I've got some interesting ideas for things moving forward, and I'm gonna try my best to incorporate them. We will see. A lot of it is going to be heavily dependent upon my artistic ability or lack thereof, and how well those things will implement into the rest of it, we'll see. But I do have some fun ideas, and I do hope to implement them in the near future. But yeah, we won't spend too much time, at least talking here on the chatting screen. We will be getting to our pre-game tarot card pull a little bit sooner than usual, and we'll play the game. We'll talk more as we do that. In other news, let me think. So I'm a little bit disoriented because I was so ready to just get on and stream, and that dizzy spell kind of threw me off a little bit, and that's kind of been occupying most of my thoughts, so all the things I really had to say kind of left my brain as all of that happened, if I'm honest. I've been watching almost a movie a night lately. The other evening I watched Donnie Darko for the first time. It was actually really, really good. And I think it was the last stream. It's been a little while, so I might be confusing it with the stream before that. But I know I did talk a little bit about creativity and kind of the state that it's in right now with things like AI and just in general, the way people view art through the lens of content as opposed to a work of effort and love by an individual or a group. And more, as I look at the state of modern media and such, I find myself missing a time where we had dedicated devices for specific things. Like, I feel as though everyone having access to everything on a supercomputer in their pocket, that being the smartphone, has made everybody kind of cheapen things and grossly underestimate the value that certain things possess. Not necessarily monetarily. That to a degree, but more so from a arts perspective. And I don't know, I feel like when you had dedicated like cassette players or CD players or MP3 players, there was something about wanting a device specifically for music, or a camera specifically for pictures, a phone specifically for calling, things like that. That people kind of valued the functions and the craftsmanship of those things more, as opposed to expecting everything in one device. And while it is very, very convenient, I do think that it has greatly diminished the way that people look at these things. And I find it to be a huge shame. I wish that we could kind of get back to a time where these things were viewed in a much more prestigious light. And it's hard to imagine putting the genie back in the bottle, you know what I mean? I don't really know what can be done about it, but I do find myself missing it quite a bit. Hi, welcome in, Dandy. Good to see you. How are you doing this evening? Thank you for the hydrate. I do need to stay hydrated. I was actually talking before about how I haven't been feeling very well this week, and I had a horrible dizzy spell today, actually the worst one I've ever had. So, I do appreciate that. You have a surprise? What is it? Do tell. Kidnap chat and send them to Adrian's dungeon. There's a special, at least according to Sushi, this proposed dungeon that I have. She seems to be the only person that knows about it, so I don't know, it might be exclusive to her. I might need to expand it to fit everybody else. But welcome in, Navajo Ghost. I hope you're doing well. Today is my birthday and I wanted to do something about it. Oh yes, you're right. Yes, happy birthday, Dandy. Everybody say happy birthday to Dandy. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a little out of sorts today. What in the... Dandy, thank you for the gift subs. I appreciate it, but this is your birthday. What are you doing? Thank you for the hype train. Everybody, we have a hype train going. Dandy. Happy birthday to you, huh? Yes. Happy birthday, Dandy. But it's your birthday. Oh my god. Dandy, thank you so much. I'm a hobbit, I give gifts on my birthday. Dandy, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful birthday. I know you were talking about different plans and stuff that you had. Dandy, thank you again for the extra gift sub for Churi. I appreciate that so much. Yes, everybody, if you're in the chat and you happen to get a gift sub, please say thank you and happy birthday. I appreciate that so much, Dandy. You are amazing. Thank you. How did you dodge the 10 gift? It was like a Matrix dodge. I'll say that's my belated birthday gift. Hey, your birthday was recent as well, Churi? What day, if you don't mind sharing? Yeah, you guys, if you ever have a birthday or anything, please feel free to mention it. I'd be happy to wish you guys a happy birthday. Yeah, Dandy, tell us about your birthday. Do you have anything, did you decide on some plans and stuff? What are you gonna be doing? Did a birthday stream last week, the 24th. Ah, I see. Yeah, happy belated birthday to you, Churi. So 2 members of the community with birthdays in July. I actually know somebody else has a birthday this month as well. Probably passed already. I don't know the specific day, and I'm not sure if they'd want me to say, so I won't say it, but I hope that individual also had a wonderful birthday too. Yeah, I hope you both have a wonderful birthday. It's okay, I'm old. Listen, Churi, it is, it's more than fine. We don't do the age-shaming, hag, unk shit here. If anything, the way I look at it is this. Like, I don't talk about certain things, but I'm sure you can tell that I'm not, you know... I talk about old games and all kinds of shit here all the time, so... I think you at least all know that I am not, I'm not particularly young Gen Z or whatever. You know what I mean? So... if anything, I view that as a good thing. I like being able to speak with people who can relate to the things that I am interested in and understand what I'm referring to when I talk about, specific moments in time, you know? Not that anybody else isn't welcome, of course not. It's more so the attitude that some people have about that kind of stuff, and you guys don't, you're always very cool about that stuff, and I appreciate that. No worries, I'm probably still the oldest. Actually, I don't think that's true. I think I know, of our regulars here who is likely to be the oldest. But yeah. Now, if anything, I like that. Adrian is a 340-year-old warlock. Well, part of my curse is that I am now dreadfully eternal. So this is true. And welcome in, Valko. I hope you are doing well. Actually, I meant to tell you, I did get that thing you sent me, and I will investigate that after stream. Thank you for letting me know about that, by the way. My first computer had 2 colors. My second computer, I had to input commands in DOS to boot games. Had a wonderful morning. Made some tea, read some manga, played a game, ate some leftovers, worked on my current model, went to one of my favorite restaurants to have lunch with my family. It's been a busy but enjoyable day, and the rest of it is dedicated to bothering my favorite streamers who are alive. Hell yeah, Dandy. That sounds like a magnificent day. I am so glad that you had a good birthday. And thank you for blessing us with your presence here. In return, I will try to do the best that I can to put on an entertaining show for you. And make sure you have a good time while you're here. So thank you again so much. I really appreciate that, Dandy. If we count lore, that's cheating. Then we are joint pain siblings. The Firebird gets annoyed tomorrow. Oh yeah, she's back to streaming again tomorrow, right? Be very interested to see if Akira ends up playing Milk Inside a Bag of Milk. I wonder what she'll think of it as a fellow fan of Serial Experiments Lane. Alright, our hype train is over. Let's see, what emote did we get? Oh, this is adorable. I love this one. I'm so happy to have that one. I've been doing good, though. I'm glad to hear that, Falco. She's going to hydrate a lot? Yes. Put out her flames. Good to be sketching again. Yeah, I've been happy to see you, sharing your art in the server. I mention it a lot, but I am always happy to see when you guys are sharing your hobbies and stuff like that. It's very fun to talk about and definitely very fun to see. I really like just seeing everybody being passionate about the things they care about. Makes me wish that I had more things that I could actually participate in actively on stream hobby-wise. No worries, Dandy. Take your time. Thank you for the lurk. That is partially why I'm kind of working on some of those things I talked about that I intend to incorporate into the streams or to the broadcasts presentation moving forward. But again, I will talk about all that stuff when it makes sense to, because if I try to talk about it now, not only will I probably give it away, but I'll probably also not make a whole lot of sense. I think the visual aid will help a lot more, you know. I'm already regretting the scale armor. It looks so good on that, because it's going to be such a pain to do on later renditions. I know what you mean. Hey, welcome in, Marty. Thank you. Thank you for the hydrate. Yes, welcome in, Marty. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I was just talking about a lot of stuff I had mentioned to Dandy before, that I am grateful for the hydrates today. I do need to remember to drink water, because I have not been feeling well lately, and had a horrible dizzy spell today, so thank you for the hydrate again, Dandy. Has anyone done a hand cam to practice their jutsus? Actually, I don't know if anybody has done that, but that would be a fun stream. To see someone doing all the different hand signs from Naruto. Thank you for the hydrate again. I appreciate it. Stomach feeling bad? No, I've been feeling okay, stomach-wise. It's just been some stuff that I sometimes deal with that's been putting me in a lot of pain recently. Like, really bad pain. I don't know what the dizzy spell was about today. But I'll be keeping an eye on it and trying to see if I can get to the bottom of whatever caused it, because it was really bad. I have never seen the world tilt at such an unnatural angle. And I'm just glad it didn't happen while I was standing up, because I think I actually would have collapsed. It was that bad. But yeah. Damn, tag me in, coach. I'll fight your demons. Yeah, my demons are quite persistent and also quite annoying. But yeah, like I was saying before, good to see everybody participating in your hobbies and such. How much salt are you eating? I try not to overdo it on the salt. Unfortunately, I'm sure anybody who lives in the United States knows that it's very hard to eat things that are not needlessly unhealthy or packed with salt if you are not blessed with lots and lots of wealth to be able to eat what do you call it, you know, like more organic stuff and whatnot. But I try generally not to needlessly incorporate salt into my diet. It's hot as fuck right now. Eat more salt. Really? Well, I guess I do kind of see your point. Don't remind me. Yeah. Packed with salt is my favorite flavor. Well, you're not short on choices then. Marty is live tonight. Are you live tonight, Marty? I didn't get a chance to check the schedule. Low electrolyte salt is the easiest way to replenish. I see. Nope, it's Danganronpanite. Which one are you playing? Organic isn't usually worth the cost, especially per ounce. Yeah, organic stuff is a lot of money and usually in very, very small portions. Which is intentional, of course. Dre and I are on too. How is Dre liking Danganronpa so far? Me looks at the package of literally anything. Fuck you, me. I know, right, Valko? I'm not even somebody that's like a huge, like I'm a huge foodie, right? I love food, but I am not the kind of person that eats a ton. That's one of the reasons why I don't like potatoes very much, because it's overly filling to me. But even despite that, you still feel guilty. Like almost eating anything when you look at the back of it and you see what's in it. They're enjoying it. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, I'm very curious to see what Dre's gonna think of V3. Danganronpa V3 is one of those games that you kind of wish that you could erase your memory, go back and play it again for the first time. Just because of how that whole story plays out. Definitely one of the most memorable stories in a video game ever. As Liam says, guilt isn't an ingredient. It feels like it, though. I ate a bunch of potatoes and a big slice of cheesecake. I'm rolling. They're going in blind, so I'm excited to see. I'm so happy for them, and I hope they enjoy it. I'm sure that they will. Also, I know that you guys have worked on visual novels together, so I do hope that that is inspiring for them as they work on things. I'm here for my streak into Lurk. Wanted to say hi. My tummy is not good. Got the diarrhea lettuce, I swear. Oh god, no. Thank you, Purple, for dropping by. I appreciate it. I hope that you, I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. Hope you feel better. I read the word lettuce at the same time. And, hopefully you don't have the parasite. Well, Purple, it does sound like it could be likely in that case, so I hope that you feel better. I was supposed to make soup. I had frozen tonight, but I'm like too hot for soup. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it can be nice to eat something warm when it's hot, but kind of depends on what it is. It's definitely one of those days that feels too hot for soup. What are you gonna make in its place then? Futaba Palace song noticed? Yes. Yeah, this song is fantastic. Maybe. We haven't been as active and working as we should be. No idea. Please make sure that you eat well, whatever you choose to eat. Yeah, I tried to make sure that I ate something filling for breakfast so that I wouldn't be roughing it on stream, as I sometimes do. Just in case. By the way, I might be wasting my time with this in the sense of, I'm pretty sure everybody here is cool. And if you're cool, then you probably already follow this individual. But please do follow Mari if you don't. She just had a really, really fantastic stream anniversary week. It was a lot of fun hanging out, playing games like Among Us and Jackbox and such. And yeah, so please do give her a follow if you don't already. And if you do follow already, this is your reminder to give her a watch when she is live. I would really appreciate that. God damn it. Not here too? If it wasn't for the fact I need leftovers for the rest of the week, I'd have girl dinner. What is girl dinner? I'm going to tell you a nitpick I have with Persona 5. I think Futaba should summon her persona like a Persona 4 by breaking the card as she beats her own shadow and accepts it as part of herself. It was a wasted opportunity. I see what you mean. That would have been interesting, yeah. That does make me wonder about, like, how they're going to position everything in Persona 6, you know? Like, summoning and whatnot. I'm very curious about a lot of things they're gonna do in Persona 6. Popcorn and whatever else I can scrounge up. Yeah, let's not do that maybe today. You need something substantial. In this heat? Yeah. Something that I find is always very good, something that's always very good when it's really hot is a good salad. I always find that both filling and also just nice from the perspective of not eating something too hot, you know? Whether it's like a regular salad or like a cold pasta salad, you know? No lettuce, good point. Right now, good point. I do wonder the same. Every persona follows a different theory of the self, so I wonder which one we'll go with this time. Well, Sally, my theory for Persona 6 is that I do think the game is going to be about reincarnation. Personally. The teaser that they showed was very horror in its atmosphere, which, of course, I don't think I need to tell anybody that I'm, you know, a huge fan of. But I doubt that, unfortunately, it will translate much to the full game. I don't think it's going to be like a full-on horror game. But the emphasis on graves and whatnot in the teaser did make me think that we will be dealing potentially with the concept of reincarnation. And maybe a heavier emphasis on death than we're used to from this series. We'll see. One thing I've been wanting for the Persona games is to take more inspiration from Shin Megami Tensei. And Persona 5 actually did that from a gameplay perspective by reincorporating demon negotiation, which was missing from Persona 3 and Persona 4. But I want to see more of those darker tones brought back in, you know? Because I feel like Persona works really well with, like, I'm not like other people that complain about how lighthearted Persona can be at times. I actually think it's not only refreshing because it is different from Shin Megami Tensei in that regard, but it contrasts well when it has darker elements to bookend it. Because both of those things contrast to each other and help one another out. Like, the lighter moments work better when something really dark happens, and the dark moments don't feel like they're just redundant when you have, like, moments for the characters just kind of goof around, you know? Spam and rice with seasoned spinach? Ah, that sounds good. Good choice, Mari. Spinach is one of my favorite vegetables, if not my favorite. Spinach is delicious. And you really can't go wrong with Spam. You can prepare it in so many different ways. Not a bad theory, but I hope it differentiates from the concept of death of 3, as it's the main pillar of the game. Oh yeah, no, I definitely don't think they're gonna repeat what they did with 3. Just wanted to drop by to wish you a nice stream. Gotta get up early. Thank you so much, Dark. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I was gonna drop by and say hi to you. I saw you were playing Still Weeks to Deep earlier. I just didn't get a chance because I was dealing with a really bad dizzy spell. So I tried to rest a little bit, because I am still not sure why that happened. But yes, I hope you had a great stream, and I thank you for dropping by. please do get some rest, and I wish you luck with whatever it is you need to do early tomorrow. Hopefully I get to catch your next stream next time. Mine too. I even love it in raw in a salad. Yeah, spinach is fantastic. Got some instant miso I can make with it too. Ah, that sounds delicious. I think Navajo Ghost thinks it sounds delicious too. Yeah, there are certain things you just can't go wrong with food-wise. It's all good. I hope you're feeling better now. It was good fun. Thank you. Have a great one. Thank you so much, Dark. Yes, have a great rest, and I will see you next time. Thank you again for dropping by. Yeah, you know, Mari, don't be shy about sharing food pictures in the server. Those are always welcome. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and get to our pre-game tarot card reading now. And actually, funny story, Mari, I don't know if you know this, but I actually started having to specifically refer to it as the pre-game tarot card reading because Callisto kept coming in here and tormenting me over the fact that I would be chatting for like 2 hours sometimes before actually getting to the reading. So it's not really a pre-stream tarot card reading. So I had to get more specific about what it is so I can dodge the accusations. I haven't made a lot of super interesting food lately. I think I spent enough of it before. Ah, I see. Well, that's fair. Alright, let's go ahead and change the music so we can do this reading. Alright, here we go. Appropriate music. Alright, let us see what the cards have for us today. Today's card is the Ten of Wands in reverse. Ten of Wands in reverse is a card that symbolizes a great burden. You've been holding on to something that has been weighing you down quite a bit. And in this instance, in this particular position, this card indicates that you have been trying to carry that burden all by yourself. You haven't been asking for help even though you could really use it. And it's weighing you down. This card is a symbol that it's time to change that. You have people in your life that you can reach out to. You don't have to handle this alone. In fact, you might find that the burden that seems so heavy isn't actually all that heavy when you have multiple hands to help you carry it. So you're encouraged to reach out and ask for a little bit of help. Because even the most difficult things in life can be made a lot easier when you actually have other people to go through it with. From the most minute annoyances to the heaviest burdens that we can face in life. And you may not like hearing that, because some people are quite stubborn and like to go through things by themselves. I'll be the first to admit that I'm usually the type of person that will always deal with things by myself, to the chagrin of several people that I know. But it really is important to remember that you can't do everything by yourself. There is no one person who can handle everything alone. And more importantly, you don't have to deal with everything alone. You do have people that care about you, and wants you to be alright. So put your pride aside, and don't worry about bothering other people, and realize that you do have people that are willing to help you through these tough times in your life. Especially because if you're the type of person who likes to help other people, well, it's very hard to help anybody if you cannot help yourself first. Which means you need to be able to deal with anything that might be weighing you down and preventing you from being there, emotionally and even physically. So it's important to keep your situation sorted out. If you're weighed down by something, you're just going to sink to the bottom. You know what I mean? So do not feel ashamed or worried about asking for a little bit of backup when you need it, because you might be surprised by how many people are actually willing to be there to help you. No worries, Sally. But if you look at the art for this card from the Rider White deck, you will see that the Ten of Wands is represented by an individual who is holding a stack of wands that are kind of plunged into the ground, and you can tell that it's a great physical burden. So much like something like the Three of Swords or the Ten of Swords. In this position, one might see the wands starting to fall out. That burden is lessening. And with that, the good news about this card is that whatever burden you've been carrying, whatever difficulty has been weighing on you, will soon alleviate. It won't happen overnight, but you're getting there. And the good news is that you will not need to carry these things for much longer. Especially if you do ask for help. So let this also be a sign of optimism for you, that whatever it is that has been causing you strife will not be there for very much longer. So do your best to not only make an effort, a sustained effort, to ask for help when you need it moving forward, but also have faith that the things that you are dealing with right now that are troubling you will not be troubling you for much longer. And try to be proactive about removing things in your life that are not conducive for you. Anything that is not healthy for you or helping you in some way has no place in your life. And the more that you are able to assess what those things are and remove them from your life, the less burdens that you'll end up carrying down the line. But yes, that is our pre-game tarot card reading for today. I do hope that it was helpful to all of you. I think that's a pretty good card to pull, honestly. I do appreciate seeing that card during particularly tough times. I found it to be graciously prophetic, personally. And for those of you that are dealing with tough times, watching right now, I do hope that it is true for you as well. Let me catch up on the chat now. I always try to not look at the chat while I do the readings because I get too distracted reading what all of you are saying. A serious question. Have you guys, this community of VTubers, ever thought of making one of those Twitch groups? Well, Sally isn't here right now, so I will reply to him again when he gets back, but I actually don't know. I don't even know how you would make one of those. I've seen them around, but I actually don't know how to make one. Today's tarot should be the 200 of Advil. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to start the game. I might take a quick stretch break first. That way, I'm all set and ready to go for the next however many hours of gaming we're gonna do. Alright. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm going to do real quick. I will be right back. Just going to stretch, move around a little bit, and sit back down. So if you've all been sitting around, this is a good reminder to get up and move about as well. Alright, just a moment. I will do that, and then we'll get to the game. See you in a second. Alright, I am back and ready to play. Sorry about that, I just had to get a good stretch in and just decided to walk around a little bit, and I have just been trying to make sure I'm alright after that dizzy spell earlier. Hey, Chew, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, raiders. Thank you so much. How are you doing this evening, Chew? Hey, Pup. Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Pup. Thank you for the head pats, Valko. Thought I followed already? Yeah, no worries. Hold on, let me give you a follow too. I know you also stream. Hold on, let me follow you 1 second. There we go. Yeah, thank you. Balgay, welcome in and thank you for the gift sub for Chew. How is everybody doing this evening? I love when you put those two emotes together, Pup. It's so cute. Yeah, what were you up to today, Chew? Balgay, thank you again. Thank you for the gift sub. And yes, I did have a pretty bad dizzy spell today. I don't know what caused it, but yeah. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Puzzle stream? Oh yeah, you've been playing that that one puzzle game, right? I think I've seen that come up on my alerts when you go live, Chew. When was the last time I ate? I ate probably around 3.5 hours ago, so plus I had some fruit too. So I'm not starving or anything. I don't know what it was about. I am kind of hoping it was just due to lack of sleep, because I have not been I've not been resting well at all lately. So I'm assuming that might be what it was about, but I'm keeping an eye on it regardless. Might try to get seen if it persists. We'll see. Blood sugar can do funny things, especially if you're already sick, yeah. That is true. Yes, sorry for the delay in saying this, but raiders, thank you again for coming in. If you need to raid and run, please do what you have to do. Please participate in all of your post-stream self-care needs. If you need to get something to eat, please go and do so. If you need to rest, please also go and do so. But yeah, thank you again for the raid, Chew. I'm glad that you are here. And I saw the videos and pictures from your trip to New York. It definitely seemed like you had a great time, and I'm happy about that. It's pretty crazy that you had all those celebrities just walking right in front of you like that while you were in line. And your new tattoo looks great, by the way. Now I have to figure out where we were supposed to go. Okay, I'm pretty sure I made that jump, but... let me think. Yeah, I was seeing a lot of videos and stuff that came out of Fanatics Fest. Definitely seems like it was a pretty packed event, and I'm glad you had a good time with it. Let's see, is there anything on that island behind the one over there? In fact, let me take the shortcut, and then we'll check it out. Yeah, this one right here. I don't think we've actually checked it, and it does look quite conspicuous. There's got to be more to this than just a rock, right? Okay, maybe it is just a rock. Never mind. Like, you'd look at this and think that there was more to it, but... apparently no. It's just a rock. Fair enough. Yeah, I saw that you got to actually, you were giving out, beta codes, I think, for Modern Warfare 4, right, Joe? Which is pretty cool, you got that opportunity. Do you happen to know if they're, doing a beta for the Switch 2 version? So I'd be kind of interested in trying that out. I unfortunately kind of fell off of Call of Duty after the golden age, so to speak, of the series, but I've been missing that era of multiplayer shooters with shorter rounds than stuff like Fortnite and whatnot. So I would be interested in trying it out to see if the Switch 2 version runs well. I just want a good story with good gunplay, damn it. Yeah. Yeah, I miss the relative simplicity of the, older games, you know? Compared to how the series started to get during the, like, PS4 era. Join the Fortnite tournament a Power Beans is hosting? I have to look into that. I saw on, Sushi's Discord that there was a tournament. I've just been so busy lately. If I join the tournament, I might need Chu to train me. Because, Chu is the GOAT of Fortnite. Last time we played it together, I was kind of indisposed because I was laughing too much when, Sushi had her little slip of the tongue. And, I just couldn't get over it for the rest of the time we were playing. Little under 2 weeks to practice. Yeah, I have to look into that. I can't shit. That clip is still one of my favorites. Even though, Sushi wishes that, it wasn't, but... just the timing and the way she said it was just comedic gold. And it was good to know that one of your earliest experiences with sushi was something quite similar, Chu. She keeps trying to get me to play that game Dinosaur with Double D's. Okay, the camera is not cooperating right now. Alright, the last thing that I want to do is go right back in there, but might have to. First of all, see if we can pull this. Not Double D Dino, I know, right, Bulgay? How are you doing today, by the way, Bulgay? Hope you're well. Okay, interesting. Let's see. Just like when you raided Akira on Valentine's Day? Yeah. That was one of the most crazy raids I think I've ever had. I was not expecting all of that when when I raided in. I don't know what that was supposed to say. I did not mean to skip through it. Just trying to get these here. There we go. I'm alright. My son goes back to his mom today, but I'm working hard, so I'm not able to drop him off. Or I'm working, so I'm not able to drop him off. Got it. I'm glad you got to have some time with little Bolgay. Cranky can help Tiny beat the giant springy pox. Okay, we already did that boss battle. Lanky's Orangutan will get Chunky standing back. I don't know why the dialogue goes by so fast. What does that say? We'll get Chunky standing back on solid ground. Got it. Okay, what about this one? Cranky Simian Spring will allow Diddy to leap to the top of the ABC blocks. Yeah, we already did that. Now, I'm curious about this one right here. How do we break that open? Seems like something Chunky Kong might be able to do. Maybe? Oh, yes. Thank you for the hydrate, Dandy. So did we get the picture? Yes. Alright. Let's go back in here, even though I really, really don't want to come back here. Hey, Jay. Welcome in. How are you doing today, Jay? Hope you are well. As you can see, we're continuing with Donkey Kong 64. Not sure how long the stream is going to be, because I do want to try to get a little bit of rest after how I was feeling today. But we did just kind of start, so we'll be going for at least another hour. Hopefully, assuming that I don't start to feel bad or anything. Yes, it is, YouTube Dandy. And to everybody who's watching on YouTube, Dandy over here on Twitch says that everybody here loves and appreciates you guys too, which is very true. Yeah, I cannot state enough how much this chat client I got actually helps me with Twitch better. I wish it could also incorporate the YouTube chat as well. But to my understanding, I think YouTube has like a proprietary thing that they use. So really, the only thing that works is the built-in thing on OBS that monitors both chats. Which is a shame, but it works, so. You wouldn't feel bad as long as you play this. This game is pretty fun. With the exception of that one guy who was weird and uncool last week, we don't love that guy, yeah. To be honest though, Dandy, I don't even think that was someone that actually watches me. There was a lot of weird people dropping by for the Among Us stream with Madi, and I really feel like that was a lot of kids who probably just saw Among Us and clicked the stream. And of course, as you know, I'm an 18+ streamer, so really do not want anybody under the age of 18 watching, preferably. But their behavior made me think of children. And if they weren't, then that's even more embarrassing that that behavior would be coming from adults. It's probably the best I can say. Alright, we still need the 15 emblems in order to get anything out of him. Did I miss anything here? Let's go back to this area over here. Because I do feel like I might have missed... Yeah, there's a green set of bananas there. Let's see. I hope they don't want you, they don't deserve you. Work on yourselves, then come back and chill, yeah, right? It would definitely be odd to me if they did watch me, considering, I think you guys know I'm not too... I'm not shy about the way that I express myself about, certain behaviors and such. So it should be quite clear to anybody paying any modicum of attention that, they would not be welcome here, behaving like that. But then again, people are also incredibly strange, and I find that people often want to exist in the spaces where they are least fitting to be there. Which is not to say, obviously, that I don't welcome everybody here, but I think you know what I'm getting at when I say not fit to be here. If you're going to be harassing people or acting like an asshole, then obviously I don't want you around, and I don't really see why you would want to exist in a hostile environment towards you. So I would hope that they're not actually viewers of mine, knowing that they, this is not really the space for that, but again, people often tend to want to be in spaces where they shouldn't be, purely for the sake of trying to trouble others, you know? So... Thank you for the lurk, Dandy. Some people want to exist in places they don't exist, yeah. Yeah, that is true, Jay. Which, like I say, you know, I'm cool with anybody being here as long as you respect the rules and you are, you know... You understand that I'm gonna do things the way I do things here. And, if you don't like that, that's cool too. It just means, you know... You don't need to be here. And that night, the way that people were acting was not cool. And yeah, I do hope that they were just people who happened to see that there was a Among Us stream going on and just wanted to be there because, rather than actual viewers, because it would be very strange to me for anybody to willingly watch me with my attitude towards that kind of behavior, you know? Also, from what I was reading, it says the open beta is the 28th of September to the 1st of September. It's available to try on the Switch. Okay. Thank you, Chu. Then I might try to see if I can, win a key from, one of your streams. Because I am very interested in giving it a shot on the Switch. Yeah, if the game is at least halfway decent and has good team deathmatch, it's kind of all I'm asking for. It's been so long since I played Call of Duty. My last Call of Duty game was Black Ops. Yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops. I never even got to play the second one. So... Alright. So there's one that I missed. Let's get up there. God, I hate how slippery this is. Can I just do this? I only had 4 and did the winners today. I'm sorry. So they have early access through the beta, and people who bought the game or those codes. The open beta is supposed to be available to everyone who didn't buy the game to try. Oh, okay. Got it. Thank you, Chew. Yeah, that makes sense. Then I shall wait until the open beta, and then I'll see if I can give it a shot then. Yeah, it's, definitely, it looks interesting so far from the trailers. But just very curious as to how it's going to turn out. I like that they're trying something different with the setting, too. That is also definitely appreciated. Oh my god. However difficult that looked, I promise you it was more difficult. Okay, I think that was everything I was missing from this area. Now I think we can actually get out of here. Hopefully for good this time. Bulga, I never got to play Modern Warfare 2019. I did hear good things about it. How did it stack up compared to the original Call of Duty 4 and whatnot, in your opinion? These last CODs have sucked ass. That's what I've heard. I know people really didn't like the, what was the last one that, Sledgehammer did? Vanguard, right? I think it was. That one got pummeled in the reception, I think. I know the last Black Ops also was not well liked. I loved the new direction they did when it first came out. Felt refreshing and nostalgic. Yeah, from what I saw, I liked the way they did the one mission that they did where you were, breaching the apartment building or whatever. It kind of reminded me of, a new version of, All Gillied Up. I hate how I have to wait for these guys to get back up to keep pummeling them. In my opinion, Cold War and Modern Warfare 2019 were amazing. Vanguard was ass, Modern Warfare 3 was ass, Black Ops 6 and 7 right now are ass. Modern Warfare 2 is also ass, yeah. It's a shame that, apparently Modern Warfare 2 didn't, it wasn't good. Because I know a lot of people were getting nostalgic around the time that game came out, like really hoping that it would capture the same kind of essence as the original Modern Warfare 2. And just didn't, sadly. I'm also like, what is everybody's thoughts here on the skins for characters? Because, like, to me, it doesn't really bother me with Fortnite because that's been the identity of Fortnite for a long time. Like, it obviously wasn't at first, but as soon as they started getting licenses to make skins, it kind of became Fortnite's thing, right? But with Call of Duty, around the time they started having Nicki Minaj and Attack on Titan and all these other things, it just felt very weird. All they had to do was stick with the Modern Warfare 2019 method. I know, it was kind of weird how different the second one looked compared to 2019. Didn't want too crazy. I loved how most of the cosmetics were based on real uniforms and gear. Yeah. I want realism. I don't want Snoop Dogg or anything crazy. Yeah. If they don't cost 70 euros like the ones in Diablo, I'm okay with it. Hi again. Sorry it took so long. No worries. Welcome back, Sally. And to answer your question from before, Sally, I actually don't know much about Twitch groups. I have to look into that. I've seen some people are in them, but I didn't actually know that you could create them. I thought it was a thing either Twitch did themselves or something that was only available to people who were of a certain channel size, or maybe that's true. I don't know. I have to look into it. Cold War skins for COD were amazing, but sad. They didn't want to transfer the weapon skins to the other CODs. Costumes aren't content tabled. Yeah, they need to be in universe, otherwise it destroys the immersion. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like it's, I'm not against fun, but I feel like if they were to do that, you would have like a, maybe a different, like, set of playlists specifically for that, you know what I mean? Because Fortnite is already a game that has a cartoony art style, so it's not distracting. But it's very weird to have something that is supposed to be somewhat serious or set in like a real, or at least, you know, fictional, but based on our world, real war setting. And then you turn around and you have Nicki Minaj and the Colossal Titan and Beavis and Butthead running around. I feel like that would also be kind of hard to tell who the enemy is. But I don't know how they implement it in Call of Duty. So maybe it's easier to tell than I'm thinking. Let's see. How many do I need now? Should be 2 more. But still no clue where I'm gonna get those damn medals. I know nothing about Twitch groups either, but maybe it offers some benefits to you all that we don't know. Yeah, I'll look into it. Now, I appreciate you mentioning it. I think Mist is in a Twitch group. Mistlock, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll look into it. If it can help, then yeah. I would be fine with it. Also, I forgot to make my Blue Sky post. Let me do that real quick. There we go. Let's see. Even the amiibo armors in Breath of the Wild kind of broke immersion to me, like having a wearable Majora's Mask. And they just show up in Tears of the Kingdom, no amiibo required. There was one costume in Modern Warfare 2019. It was for the character Otter. It was all the gear from the real-life operator known as Obi-Wan Nairobi, due to the terrorist attack in Kenya. One of the best costumes in my opinion. That is really interesting. I did not know that. Alright, I need to switch Kongs real quick. We need those green coins, so I think we need Chunky. I still need to finish Tears of the Kingdom. I unfortunately got the game during a very busy point in my life, and haven't gotten the chance to finish it. I'd like to try and beat it before the Ocarina remake comes out, but we'll see. The kid version of me would throttle the current me for not having finished the game already. Actually makes me quite mad at myself that I haven't, but unfortunately, it was such limited time, you know? I finished it on emulator because both my Joy-Cons have drift and left Joy-Con R1 doesn't work. God. I actually repaired my Joy-Con. They're quite easy to fix. You just need to have the right tools. Right now, knock on wood, I'm glad that the Switch 2 Joy-Cons seem to be a lot more durable. To my understanding, the vendor that I guess Nintendo was getting the joysticks from for the original Switch had a problem. And it's also why some Xbox One and PS4 controllers also had drift issues. But it's been a while since I've heard about anybody having drift with any of the controllers, so I'm hoping that that means that that got worked out. I've seen some people talk about it with the DualSense, but not the Switch 2 yet, and not the new Xbox. So hopefully that that little issue got fixed. The right tools, yeah. Yeah, my Xbox One controller also has drift. Yeah, because to my understanding, they all got their joysticks from a specific vendor. And I think they have like the patent or trademark or whatever on a certain kind of control stick. And the way that it has to be built is flawed. Like it rubs up on it, and I think it's like metal shavings or something gets onto the sensor. And it starts drifting. Alright, we got all the stuff in this area already. Back in the day, my Xbox 360 controller actually had a ton of drift. And I don't know how I just worked through it. Alright, let's go over here. I think we also have another blueprint for him. Yeah. I know there's these things called Hall effect sticks that everybody recommends, because I think they're pretty immune to drift. But I don't think any of the consoles use them. I think only like third-party controllers and I guess if you manually replace your joystick. But of course that's a lot of work. It could be hard not to mess it up. Hold on. Okay, apparently I missed that. I'm gonna blame the draw distance pop-in on that one. It's like driving a car, oh yeah. It just pulls a bit to the left. Get used to it, and then no one can use your controller but you. Yeah, that is true. That would be extremely concerning for a car, though. I've heard that kind of thing before, though. Had to replace both joysticks on Joy-Cons, but the button I've had no luck in fixing. Yeah. That is definitely, probably the worst issue to have. It's a lot harder to, fix a button like that. So close. I want to get a Switch 2 Pro controller. I've heard they're really, really good. Just everything is so expensive. God damn, I missed again. Miss, yeah, exactly. Add to throne. Listen, I try to keep things that I really truly need on there. I don't want you guys wasting your money on things that I can eventually do for myself. Oh, come on. I know I updated it somewhat recently. I added, I think I added some fundraiser stuff for potential PC parts and stuff, but I think I need to update that again, because a good friend of mine actually helped me to, figure out all the parts I'm gonna need to build the kind of computer that I would ideally need for streaming. And I'm actually going to try to do some fundraisers for that on the channel. So maybe, in a decent amount of time, I can finally put together a good desktop. And then provide you all with better, more entertaining streams, I hope. Because the biggest thing that I want is the ability to play more PC games that I cannot right now have a prayer of running. Like, one game I really want to play that I can't unless they hurry up and bring it to Switch 2 is Silent Hill F. I cannot tell you how much I want to play that game. So, in cases like that, a desktop would definitely be much appreciated. There we go, finally. More entertaining, as if I'm not entertained already. Well, I am happy to hear that. If you're making a whole new computer, you can use your current one as a streaming rig. That is exactly what I was thinking of doing, Churi. Letting this be the one that would run like OBS and whatnot. And then let my computer, you know, like the desktop, be the one to actually handle the games and such, so I wouldn't have to worry about wasting computational power on anything else. That's actually what a lot of Corpo VTubers do. Honestly, the way I'm doing it, I'm roughing it. It's kind of a miracle that I'm even able to stream the way that I do. And I've said this before, but I do want to just remind all of you that somehow when I first started doing this, I was doing it with only 8 gigs of RAM. And I still don't know how. I'd love to watch a playthrough of Dragon Age Origins. I've never played that before, but I would be interested in doing so. I miss the old BioWare. One game I've always wanted to play is Jade Empire. I wanted to get that game back on the original Xbox, and just couldn't. Plus, I've mentioned it before, but one thing I would love to do with a proper desktop setup would be to emulate certain games that are not currently available in readily accessible means, like Resident Evil Outbreak. Okay, now I think we switch to Diddy Kong and get those red bananas over there. One game I miss is Legend of Dragoon. You know, Balgay, I've wanted to play that game too. I can technically pick it up on the PS4. It's on their classic store. That game has great music. And also, I don't understand why Sony never continued it. It really could have been their Final Fantasy. Like, I know they had it exclusively at that time, so maybe that's why they figured they didn't need it. But I find it kind of weird because, like, you remember, does anybody remember those Yokai Watch games? Like, when that came out, that was kind of almost like a, somewhat of a competitor to Pokemon. And it was quite popular, and it was Nintendo exclusive, and they kind of like, yeah, they worked with Level 5 to keep the series around, right? So Nintendo didn't mind having that running simultaneously, right? As alongside like Pokemon. So it's weird to me that Sony didn't keep Legend of Dragoon as a viable franchise, even though Square was also making Final Fantasy, you know? Where is the door for that? It is? I think I saw it on my PS4 somewhere. If you have a PS5, I think you can play it on that as well. Wrong button. Where is... Okay, where's this supposed to take me? Yeah, you owe me a play of Multiplayer Outbreak? Yes. And also one of Haunting Ground? Hell yeah. Yeah, that is a game I have been dying to play. And Eternal Darkness? Yes. Absolutely. Oh, okay. I see where it is. Okay. Let's go ahead. Alright, back here. As soon as I got my computer, I basically stopped all console gaming. Got it. Right here. Yeah, they did add it to their service. It's kind of crazy to me because they, I'm surprised that got on there before some other Sony games. We all know Sony is a unmitigated disaster right now. So none of this is surprising, but it's kind of confusing to me why they never bothered to cultivate certain franchises. Like, one that to me could have remained successful had they just taken care of it was Siphon Filter. Crazy to me that they gave up on that. But it's a good idea. I should dust them all off so my son can play them when he's older. Yes, actually that is true. It would be adorable if you introduced little Bolgay to the various generations of gaming, you know? That's something I'm so grateful for that I was able to experience. Even some gaming-related things that were before my time. And it helped me to have that curiosity and interest in things. Like, it kills me when I see, like, modern, younger gamers just look at games like this and have no interest in playing them unless they get a remake. You know? I hate that so much. Like, the thing with games like this compared to movies is, like, I do understand that, watching a black and white movie or, like, a silent film isn't hard. People might complain about it. But it's not hard, and their presentation adds to the production, because that's what they were made to have, right? That's what they were made to look like and such. But with a game, I do understand that sometimes older games don't run as well, and that can be distracting, right? Like if it has a terrible frame rate. And I understand that. But there's still merit to them and experiencing them. And I do hate that, so many people will just write them off because of that. Right? This is history. This is art. You should know where we came from to get to where we are now. Exactly. Yes. Agreed. 110%. It's like when people whine about, weirdly enough, like, I don't really see those complaints much with films. But weirdly, I see people complaining about it with music. Like, people will complain about, like, listening to the Beatles and stuff because it's old people music, and it's like, what? Weirdly enough, I've even seen people complaining, about, like 90s rap and stuff like that, like, complaining about listening to, like, Tupac, like, saying it's dad music, and it's like, what? Seriously? Or rock music from the 80s and 90s? I don't know. People become annoyingly disrespectful towards things that they just personally don't have an attachment to. And it feels like this odd contempt takes precedence over curiosity, which is a shame. That's the main reason I wanted Adrian to play Alone in the Dark in 2. Yes. And I enjoyed living through that experience so much that I even gave you a playthrough of Alone in the Dark 3. Dad music, damn, we're old, Adrian, I know. I know. It sucks so much. And, like, to be fair, a lot of times people are obnoxious about newer things, too. And I feel like there's always kind of like this weird... I guess this weird sentiment of... you have to stand by whatever thing represents your time, you know what I mean? And I wish people were just more curious in general instead of being so, territorial. Alright, another blueprint. Alright, nothing up here. I think I might have gotten everything that was over here already, maybe? Okay. Right, not that. Okay, there's purple bananas up here. And blue. Yeah, this whole area is like... they want you to just keep coming back here as different characters, so... I got the 100 bananas here for Lanky. So we're actually done here as him. Jesus, okay. There we go. Like, personally, not too interested in how a gramophone works, especially when I was younger. But then you see how it's made, and it's just mind-blowing that we made something like it in the first place. I know, right? Yeah, like, there's so much to be gleaned from actually looking at the ways that, that people did things. And you never know when it might inspire you. In fact, it's, I want to say something, but it would give away something I have planned, so I can't talk about it, but I'll just say that, yeah, I take inspiration from older things all the time. Things before even my time. Like how Pong literally birthed gaming as we know it? Yeah, a lot of people, again, don't understand the, or don't care to understand the processes through which a lot of stuff is, a lot of stuff in modern gaming, like, came from. And that is a huge shame to me. Dick Tracy? No, not a bad guess. But, probably not in the way you're expecting. It's more so in the presentation than what the actual, thing is. I'm telling you, I don't think any of you are going to guess what it is. I will say somebody kind of has guessed it already. But they said it in such an off-the-cuff way that I don't think that they know that they guessed it. And also, they haven't been here in a while, so... But yeah. Alright, now let's go back as Chunky. How about Duck Tweesy? You know, speaking of that, I miss Mouse PI. That game was so good. Can't believe I'm missing every shot right now. I do hope the devs at least release some kind of DLC or something. Because I miss that game something fierce. Alright. I've got to try to hustle. No, no, no. No, no, no. I did not mean to switch to Donkey Kong, but okay. Let's just hurry up and get up there. No worries, Bolgay. Take your time. About 20 seconds. Wrong place. Alright, we gotta go back. Let me see. Where does this one go? Yeah, alright. So we can take the warp point from number 4, swim across, and then use that and we'll get right to where we need to be. Not too bad. Jay, what is your favorite Kong to use in this game? I'm curious. Alright. Let's go get that real quick. Alright, do not jump this time. Hard to say. Yeah, they're all pretty fun to use. I think the only thing I've been a little not annoyed with, but how would I say it? Hold on. No, don't get caught on that, please. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I got caught on that button. I got caught on the freaking button and could not move. Diddy and Tiny, probably. Yeah. Yeah, they're both pretty fun to use. So far, I think the only thing I haven't liked, from a control perspective, with a Kong specifically, is I find that it's much easier to fall off a platform when trying to do things as Chunky Kong. That and the fact that he is so slow. But even then, honestly, playing as him isn't like a bad experience or anything. I would just probably say that I do prefer the others over him. Okay. Let's go over here. Stay away from the goddamn button. Can you please? Alright, we got it. With 2 seconds to spare. Alright. Let's see. Can I jump from here to the roof of that? Okay, it's actually easier than I thought. Alright, I think I have 15 of those medals now. Yes, I do. Alright, we can actually go see Cranky now. And maybe finally actually make some forward progress. Alright. So instead of doing it here, I'm actually going to go back to the starting area. Because I think I might be able to use whatever it is he gives me there. We have unclaimed bananas there. That I can't get to. Not what I meant to do. There we go. Alright, let's go find Cranky. What's this? You've got banana medals? I don't believe it. You must have made them yourself. Huh. I suppose you want my surprise now. Well, I've got this little game for you to play on my computer. Score over 5,000 points for a chance to win the rareware coin. But I know a score like that is way out of your league, Sonny. Why not give it a go anyway? I could do with a good laugh. So let me get this straight. He made me collect 15 of those medals for a chance, and not for something concrete. Unbelievable. This is needed to get to the end of the game, by the way. Alright, well, I guess we better do it. Jetpack. Oh, wait, okay, I have to... Got it, okay. I think I see what I'm supposed to do here. Oh my god. Alright, I don't need your shit talking, Cranky. Let's just go again. It is something you need. Alright. God damn it. I am locked in right now. Better do a save state when you start the arcade so you don't have to deal with Cranky each time. Good point. Alright, let me make a save state right here. How many rounds is Jetpack? Does anybody know? I got clipped on the side. Probably 3 or 4? Okay. Alright, let's load from here. I hate that they just spawn in like that. Though I do have to say this is pretty fun. Oh my God. I'm kind of surprised they made this mandatory. Damn it. You can shoot? Can I? Oh my God. Jay, thank you. That is a game changer, literally. I had no idea. And it goes off screen as well. Okay. And I can actually go from one side of the screen to the other too. Okay, that all actually helps quite a bit. On the one hand, it makes me a little bit more reckless. God. On the other hand, makes it just a tad bit safer to go off screen like that. Yeah, honestly, now that I know I can shoot, it makes the game, tough, but much more fair. God, it's still so easy to get clipped, though. Alright, let's start fresh. Sometimes even when you hit them, it just does not, it just does not help. That is a very bad place that I save stated. I promise that I can beat a very simple old game. It may not look like it, but I promise that I can. God, it's such a risk going off screen. It's like some of them spawn in that perfect little nook, and you can't see them. All right. Died trying to get the rare coin. Here. I am locked in. Ah, finally. Here we go again. Can only imagine how it's gonna get worse. Alright. Make another save. Rareware coin collected. Is that it? That was all I needed to do? That's impossible. You must have cheated. All you can do now is play for fun, I suppose. Interested? The stubborn part of my brain is kicking in again. I want to finish this game. Even if I evidently don't need to. Damn it. I don't think I've ever been more afraid of bubbles in my entire life. In fact, the only time I can think of bubbles being a potentially harming force in a game is Super Mario World. And some of the ghost houses, those green bubbles that follow you around. That is probably the last time I think that was the case. Alright, let's make another save point. Also, nobody tell Cranky that I am indeed technically cheating using save states. Yeah, this one is going to be much, much worse off. Ah, jetpack, yeah. Yes, indeed. This is my first time playing jetpack, and it's fun, but definitely hard as hell. Welcome in. Thank you for the first time chat, by the way. Hold on, I'm super locked in. Damn it. Yes, welcome in, Rival Seeker. Thank you so much for the first time chat. Gaming on the ZX Spectrum. Yeah, we have a lot of people here who are also classic gaming fans, myself included. I'm in the middle of playing Donkey Kong 64, but you need to play this game in order to progress. And even though I got the Rareware coin, I'm very tempted to actually just beat Jetpack in general. Even though I am using the save states on the Nintendo Switch 2, but I still want to complete this. Damn. Well, if you want to know, Jetpack doesn't really have an end per se, really. Does it just kind of like reset to the initial enemies and such? Because if so, that's where I'll kind of consider the end. But I know they actually let you play Donkey Kong through to completion in this game, so if there's no end to this, then I'll just wait till it kind of restarts, and then I'll consider that beating it, if that's the case. Comes a point where the rocket ship type resets and the enemies cycle back to the comets. Okay, got it. Yeah, thank you for letting me know that. Because if that's the case, I will, I'll wait to that point, and then I'll consider it beaten. Yeah, I might do that, or maybe I'll just try to get through this round here. I'm just tempted to beat these freaking birds. My viewers know that I do have a bit of a stubborn streak when it comes to this. When I played Star Fox 64, I got to the point where, you have to battle, Wolf and, birds. I always thought they were jets. Are they? Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. I was looking at them too fast and I thought they had eyes. But when I was playing Star Fox 64, I got to the battle with Wolf towards the end, and I only had, Falco, who was severely damaged at that point. So the battle was almost impossible. And rather than do the whole thing over again, the whole game, I just went ahead and forced my way through the fight, and I had to repeat it like 1,000 times, and somehow I actually still beat the fight pretty much by myself. So sometimes my stubborn nature actually pays off. Thankfully, I don't think this will be anywhere near as difficult. It's just, gonna take some repetition. Alright. The hard thing about the jets is that they're in such weird places for you to hit. You gotta, like, really, like, kind of dangle in the right place to properly hit them, you know? You wanna know a fun fact, by the way? This game got a fan remake just this year on Itch.io. Really? Jetpack? I did not know that. I'll have to look that up. That is pretty cool. I wonder what Rare thought of it. Better than Beaver Bother anyway? You know, this is very true. Because, you know, the thing is, even if you end up having to, like, repeat something a lot, if something is difficult, when you can see a path to how you would beat it or complete it, that takes some of the edge off, you know what I mean? The thing with the Beaver minigame is that it was just broken. Like, the physics on it and such. Which made it far less fun. Because I knew a lot of the things that were keeping me from beating it were not my fault. Oh, God, I just gotta get down there now. Oh my God. I'm sure Rare doesn't mind. They even complimented that Banjo-Kazooie Mumbo Mania game on PS4 Dreams. That is super cool. Wait. Gotta make a save state. Okay. Bouncing UFOs, yeah. This is, Holy hell, how did I do that just now? Fortunately, did not pay off, though. These guys are much harder to, contend with, I see. Probably one of the more irritating enemies. Yeah. I just spawned in and died. Yeah, I can see why. Though honestly, I can kind of see a strategy to kiting them a little bit. But, you definitely need to know what you're doing. Because when they split up and start attacking you from both directions, then you're kind of screwed. But yeah, this is your second rocket ship type, the U-2. Okay, if I can actually get in here and not just spawn in and die and waste one of my lives, that would be great. The AI on these guys is actually pretty smart, all things considered. They will flank you. Yeah, you see what I mean? They actually will flank you. Not bad for... When did this game come out? Pretty good programming, honestly. Even if it's not serving me right now. Except to make my life harder. But I do admire... I admire it. It's pretty good. 1983, wow, yeah. Definitely not bad for 1983. Shameless plug, but I have a DK arcade game demo up. New levels and gimmicks. Is that on Itch.io? Alright. Gonna go to bed. I'll be seeing you all next time. Do take care and have fun. Thank you so much, Sally. Please do get some sleep. I appreciate it. Rest well. Have it on Google Drive. Don't want to release a full version till it's done. Yes. That is a smart idea. Especially if it is, if it's truly Donkey Kong themed, definitely do not release it until you're done with it. Because anything, like, Nintendo fan game-wise, will obviously get like a cease and desist. At least in most cases they do. I know some kind of get away with it. So it's better to finish it completely and then release it. Yeah. Yeah, you know. You're doing it the smart way. But yeah, I do look forward to seeing it whenever you release it. That's pretty cool. How long have you been doing game dev? Alright, alright. I might have to throw in the towel on this, even though I'd like to keep going. Just so we make a little bit more progress in the main game. A few years now? That is pretty cool. I've always wanted to make video games, but unfortunately I am no good at programming. Or any of the other, things that go with it. Closest I've been able to get to any kind of game dev is actually, Dreams, as you mentioned before. I do use it. I'm not great with it, but, that's probably the closest that I have gotten to any kind of game development. I remember back in the day, I actually tried to make games on the Game Maker engine. But I was really, really young at that point, and definitely... I'll put it this way, I don't fare well with that kind of thing now. I was definitely not doing well attempting to do it as a kid. Sadly. I discovered the Godot engine a couple of years ago, and that's my main go-to. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it. I know a lot of people ended up, a lot of devs switched to that once, Unity went crazy for a while, when they were doing some really weird stuff. Got my feet started with Mario Maker for levels. But if you want to check my demo, I have a link on my YouTube channel. Full game will feature about 8 to 9 levels, 3 loops each, with Mario and Gianna as playable characters. That is pretty cool. Yeah, hold on, let me see, is there a way for me to use this to give you a... Hold on. I'm gonna whisper to you. That way, because I don't let people put links in my chat. So I'm going to whisper to you first. That way it opens up my DMs, and you can send me a link to your YouTube channel, and I'll check it out. Alright, we're going to try this one more time. And then if anything, I'm just going to continue now that I got the rare coin. Alright, I'm satisfied. Thank you for the link. I appreciate that. Alright, no thanks, Cranky. We are done with Jetpack. I'm not letting you have another potion yet. Come and see me in the next level. How much farther do you think you can go? I'm not sure, Jay. I got the rare coin, but now I feel like I'm kind of all out of ideas for where to go now. In fact, you know what? Let me ask you a question, Jay. Hold on. Let me get over there. Okay. These dirt mounds like this, what are you supposed to do with these? But yeah, thank you for sending me that Rival Seeker. I will check that out off stream. I'm interested to see. I will look at it, and you'll know that I saw it because I'll leave you a comment on YouTube. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Jay. Hey, Donkey, that's a special coin you've picked up. It gives 5 coins to each Kong. I had no idea about that. And now I'm wishing that I would have known that, because I passed so many of those in different worlds. And I've got to remember now where all of those dirt patches were. I was gonna say hit A and then the Z button. Yeah, I tried doing the ground pound on those, because that's what I would have thought you would have needed to do. Alright, let's see. Where do I go now? So I feel like I've checked out every world. Let me go and, let's go visit the ferry. Okay, so we were both thinking the same thing. I was thinking Mario 64, yeah. Yeah, let's go visit her. The music here reminds me of Final Fantasy. I think I said that in one of the prior streams, but it sounds like something that would be in Final Fantasy. Okay, still nothing. Alright. Well, with that, I don't actually know where else I can go. I feel like I've done everything. There's that area over there with a giant X. But I don't know what we can do with it. Thank you for taking my jacket, Navajo Ghost. Yeah, this right here. Does anybody know what I'm supposed to do here? Is it something for later on, or...? Because normally I wouldn't be asking so many questions, but I feel like I've done so much. You'll know in time what to do with the X? Okay. Alright, so I'll leave it like that. Yeah, I'm just trying to get a sense of direction. Because we've done almost every world available to us. I think, actually, we've done every world available to us. So I don't know what else to do right now. Can't do anything with this. What levels did you finish so far? I did the factory, the one in there. I did Jungle Japes, except there is one part of Jungle Japes I haven't been able to finish, which is the inside of that mountain that you can only go through as Diddy Kong, because it seems like I need Tiny to do stuff, but I can't actually switch characters once you get in there. Yes, I did get the Nintendo coin. In fact, hold on, I think I can show you what I've gotten so far. Yeah. So we have 3 of 10 battle crowns, 3 of 8 boss keys, 15 of 40 banana medals. We got the rare coin, 6 out of 20 of those, Nintendo coin, and 7 blueprints right now. Yes, I did beat the boss in the factory. The Jack-in-the-Box guy. Yeah. Later, fellas. I'm off to maybe finish Kern. Okay, hold on. Before you go, Churi, hold on. Yes, everybody, please give Churi a follow. He is also a streamer and a regular here. He's been playing Kern, which is a game very much like something like Myst or Ribbon. And it's been pretty entertaining when I've been able to drop by. He also just recently had his birthday. So yes, please everybody give him a follow. And watch him sometime if you can. Yes, have a great stream, Churi. Thank you for dropping by and hanging out. Always appreciated. And I wish you the best of luck with those puzzles. Alright, have you gone to the Gloomy Galleon? That's your next destination? I do not think so. How do I get there? Because right now I've done Jungle Japes, I did the Aztec one, and I did the factory. Hit the puzzle stand, no chance. You got this, Churi. Have a great stream. It's a tunnel on the underside of K. Rool's ship. Okay, hold on, let's see. First take the key to K. Lumsey. Do I have a key? Let's go find out. Just across from the banana port pads in front of the start of DK Island. Alright. Let's go see if I have this. The scope of this game is so impressive. This feels like the kind of game that you could have spent an entire summer vacation on, you know? Alright, let's go. I think I might have already... The key you got from Mad Jack? Okay, I might have already given it to him. Yeah, okay, because there was a key that I used, and I had no clue where it opened. The Rival Seeker says it's a tunnel on the underside of K. Rool's ship. Alright, so let's go under the water then. Is it this thing here? Did I miss this? I think I missed this. Hey, do your ground pound. Who am I supposed to use? Chunky. Okay. Alright, we need Chunky to get the blueprint that this guy has. Oh, didn't even realize this was here. Thank you, Rival Seeker. I appreciate that. I've been lost for a while now. This guy has me in a stun lock. Come here. Yeah, in a way it's been okay, because it helped me to go back and get more stuff from older levels. Okay, I can't do that yet. Alright. So it kind of worked out a bit, but yeah. Finally, we can make some more progress. Let's get this guy out of the way. Many of us did. Yeah, it seems like something you could easily just spend a whole summer playing. I underestimated those Kongs. Their progress is unexpected. Chief Technician, I trust the Blast-O-Matic will soon be ready to be activated. But we've had a few technical problems, Your Majesty, and my men are all hazy. He's lying, sire. But please forgive me, oh great one, we've worked... God, it's going by so fast. Guards, make sure no one leaves until my machine is ready. Got to make a run for it. I like that he's using the clap traps to keep them in line. Welcome to your obligatory water level. Oh god. Not sure I like the sound of that. So far, I think the only level I've kind of hated was the Aztec one. Wasn't too big a fan of it. The factory was fine up until the end. It started becoming a little annoying. So we'll see how this one ends up faring. That's fair, there's a bit of meandering going on in Aztec, yeah. Yeah, the factory I didn't mind. The only problem I had with it towards the end was, having to go on the, that thing in the main area. Because it's so hard to stay on it with the way the camera is. That spinning thing. But I didn't mind the factory outside of that. It was pretty fine. Alright, let's activate all of these for later. For now, we'll stick with Chunky. Get all of the bananas and coins that we can. Can't reach that yet? Okay. Well, he blew himself up. Fungi Forest? Well, you'll see. Uh-oh. I know, I love that. I love that, that audio clip. Alright. Let's get a picture. I think we got her. Yeah. Okay. They respawn. I didn't realize that they shit talk you. Those fairies are gonna get really irritating later, I can imagine. I always wondered what happened to the guys in the TNT barrels. Yeah, this right here. Rare in their signature sense of humor. Alright, we need Tiny up here. Yeah, we need Tiny. For the bananas and the blueprints. I almost did not see this here because of the camera. Alright, I missed, but you know what, let's just leave that alone for now. Alright, we need Diddy Kong. Yeah, we need Diddy Kong. By the way, you can tell which blueprint is for which Kong by the hair color on the enemies? Really? Alright, first of all, let's switch to Lanky. Might as well grab these as long as we're here. Yeah, these games, or this game would be a lot easier if you could, turn into a different Kong at any given time. Alright, that's not working. He can bat it away? Okay. That's pretty impressive. I'll give him that. They'll be colored if you haven't gotten their blueprint yet, and they'll be white if you did get it. Got it. Okay, thank you. I did not know that. You'll have to do better than that to beat those Viking Kremlings? Really? Maybe Chunky? Not Lanky. In fact, actually, you know what? Hold on. Maybe this will do? Hey, I was right. Okay. Actually, kind of a good thing I did choose Lanky, because we have a button. Was that over here? No. Alright. I need to find that area first before we can do that. For now, let's switch back to Tiny and get those bananas. Music, orange when they're trying to get their club out of the ground, and shockwave work only. Got it. Alright, let's... And he's respawning. Let's get all these doors open, so it's easier to navigate around here. So we're gonna need Donkey Kong over here. And Diddy Kong over there. Yeah, I recommend opening a few doors here before you go exploring. Okay. Yeah, good to see I have the right idea. Kind of seems like the wiser thing to do, especially if they're going to be giving me timers on stuff. Might as well just go ahead and get everything open. Alright. Diddy Kong now. Alright, can we just run past him? Yeah. Hold on. That's it right there, right? Yes. Okay. Enjoy swimming, there's plenty of it here. Yeah, it certainly seems like it. I guess it would help if I could get this guy, right? That's a swordfish from Donkey Kong Country. Probably what I'm gonna want. I don't know if I'd actually be able to beat the clock to get to that thing over there in time. We probably do want the swordfish, right? On guard? Yeah. Only Lanky works. Alright, let's practice the controls first. To return to being Lanky, press and hold Z, then press left on the C buttons. Okay. Yeah, okay. So here's what we'll do. We'll hit that button, and then we need to turn into on guard, so we can get to the shipwreckage, wherever the hell it is. Because I do not think... Yeah, right here. I don't think I'm going to be able to swim there fast enough. You can go through that DK star up above. Right up there. You gotta leap through it 3 times. Alright, let's see if I can actually manage to. To be honest, this might be the first level that has given me a little bit of anxiety. Just because it's so huge, and the water aspect of it, I feel like this is going to take forever to get through this level. Easier said than done, of course, yeah. Alright, I gotta leap out a little bit closer to it. Yeah, it's easy to see that this was Rare's probably most ambitious N64 game. And sometimes that ambition, I think, got away from them just a little bit. It's a great game, but there's a lot of ideas that I feel maybe weren't tested as well as they should have been. And they all work, but they're maybe not as reliable as you'd like them to be. This is a game that's as stuffed with content as you could possibly want, but sometimes it can be a little bit much, I think. Definitely good in terms of value and quality, but there's just times where it may not be as sound as their other games, you know? Because, like, I would say Perfect Dark was definitely super ambitious as well, especially the multiplayer suite. But, probably more put together than this game. The only thing with Perfect Dark that maybe wasn't as well thought out is the frame rate, at least on the original version, not, you know, emulated or the remaster they did. But the original Perfect Dark was like, you get down to like 5 frames per second at times. Alright, I did it. Now I need to know where the hell that actually is. As I currently have no clue. Is it somewhere around here? I still like this game, but when I played through it again on NSO, I do realize that some level design aspects don't hold up as well as I recall. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Don't like it as much as Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah, I feel like Banjo-Kazooie is definitely a much more focused and refined game And that's kind of like the big thing with this game. It just feels like it has a lack of focus at times, just purely because of how big it is. Like, they wanted to make something clearly that would be substantial, and they did it. The problem is that in doing so, it's a lot more to playtest, a lot more to make sure that you're getting right. And I don't feel like they particularly did that in some areas here. Vanguard can smash the underwater chest? Okay. Alright, then I will definitely go and get him again. I just need to know, where the hell did that thing open up that I got with the DK star? Is that in this area or another one? I wish they were a little bit better about showing you where to go when you unlock stuff. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Tomb Raider in that regard. Like when you pull a switch and you'll see like a quick glimpse of where it is. And then you hear the timer going and you have no idea where you're supposed to go. Tunnel for that star door is nearby? Okay. Alright, let's break some chests first. Okay, blue coins that I cannot get in this form. Can't actually see what came out of that. Nothing? Purple coins. Yeah, it's been a fascinating experience playing this game for the first time. I really wanted this game when I was a kid, but was never able to get it. Freaky Starfish, man, I know, right? But playing this for the first time has definitely been an experience. It has me wondering what I would have thought about it as a kid. I feel like I still would have liked it, but I don't know if it would have frustrated me or I would have been quite enamored with all the mystery it presents, you know? It's kind of interesting to think about. I don't know if any of you ever feel that way when you play a game as an adult that you wanted as a kid. Alright, let's go ahead and get those blue coins that we got. I guess we'll keep changing characters and try to pick up all the stuff that's here. If possible, I think doing one pass to this area would be ideal. I'm not keen on the idea of having to come back here and swim through this whole area constantly. Fishing for stuff, you know? If I could get it all in one fell swoop and get out, that would be for the best, I think. Why is there a number on that? Let's go with Diddy Kong, because I know where the red coins are over here. I was definitely enamored as a kid. I can understand why. It's such a big and expansive game. Like, this game is a perfect canvas for a lot of those old school, like, rumors and stuff. Like, if any of you played Super Mario 64 back in the day, I'm sure you remember the whole L is real thing. Or in the original Pokemon games, the rumor of Mew being under the truck near the cruise ship. Those kinds of old school, unfounded urban legends in gaming were so much fun. Made you waste a lot of time going back to games to run around and try to do these things. But it was a good time, you know? I miss that kind of thing, honestly. Now everybody just kind of data mines stuff so you know exactly what's in the files of the game. Which I do hate. It's totally possible to comb this area, however you'll have to switch the water level in the lighthouse area to get everything. Okay, interesting. This is definitely going to be... This is definitely going to be an expansive area. Ah, ads. There's gold coins around here somewhere. Right here. Okay. Now we switch to Chunky. Alright. Alright, Tiny needs to come back through here. Is there anything in here? Not that I see. Okay, yellow bananas here. Welcome back from ad jail. Sorry about that. Alright, let's come back through here. Yeah, welcome back. Sorry about that. Welcome back from ad jail. Yeah, I've kind of forgotten to announce when the ads are coming on because I'm so used to Saribot announcing it. Very convenient. But yeah, welcome back from the dreaded ads. But yeah, BK, can't praise that game enough for its wealth of secrets. Yeah. Yeah, these games, like Rare's games, were the perfect kinds of things to play through as a kid, I think. Just because you have so much that you can discover. There's so much to do. I miss this kind of whimsy in gaming. There's still some games that are like that for sure, but not many, you know? Fan mod that came out recently, Nostalgia 64, really lives up to that pedigree pretty well. If you haven't played that, I highly recommend it. If I ever am able to get a desktop, I will look into it. Sadly, right now, I actually stream from a laptop, and it's every bit as difficult as you're probably imagining it is. Which makes it kind of hard to play certain things, especially on PC. So if I'm ever able to rectify that, I'll look into that. Is that purple bananas they say? No. Okay. We can switch now to Diddy Kong. If I can ever actually get there. There we go. Is it possible to get up here? Yes, okay. Alright. I just realized these are all coins. This is treasure, right? This treasure room, you'll need to raise the water level to get up to those coin stacks. Got it. Then that means I need to start giving money for your computer parts. I want to be able to play some of these games with you. I would love that, Bulgay. like I said, there's certain games I'd actually be interested in playing with you, like Ready or Not. And some other games we talked about. Hopefully, eventually, I do intend to start doing fundraisers for specific parts. Kind of like what I did with the model. To kind of make it a little bit more easy if we break this down into pieces, and of course I combine it with, you know, my own funds and such. There's just certain things that I definitely will not be able to do without a little assistance from all of you. Of course, at your own pace and if you're willing to give, you know, it's nothing that I want to pressure anybody into. Of course, you know me, I'm not like that. But I'm also eager to give you guys better streams, you know? So it would help on multiple fronts to have better tech to work with. But bit by bit, we'll get there, hopefully. Alright, we got that. Yeah, playing certain games with viewers would actually be a lot of fun. Something I'd like to do. Kind of like some of the stuff I have planned for, the community days. Like, I'd love to play Mecha Chameleon with all of you guys. Which did run on my laptop decently. So I think we can do that, but I think you get the point. Speaking of Mecha Chameleon, I'm sure everybody knows right now, but if you do play that game, please be careful right now. There are certain custom maps, apparently, that are, infected. Because, of course, people can never just be normal and decent human beings. And they are distributing maps with malware. So definitely be careful if you are, if you're playing that game. Alright, let's switch back to Lanky real quick, because there's one more chest there I need to break as on guard. And then, we'll go to the lighthouse area. Yeah, I know the dev said apparently that they, had gotten the one map that was, I think, most notorious for it, but apparently other people are saying there's more. So it's kind of best to avoid the custom maps for the moment. I do love that this game will have you switch to a Kong to do one thing, and then have you switch to another Kong to go, reap the benefits of it. Did anybody here who played this game when it came out, did you have the special edition Nintendo 64? It was Watermelon Green, right? I think it was a translucent console too. If I'm not mistaken, I think the console was translucent and it was green. No, I just had the classic black console. Yeah, me too. I did have the translucent purple controller, though, which is pretty cool. We were talking about this in the chat a few streams ago, but I do quite miss the... I do quite miss translucent technology. Alright, let's just run past this guy. Alright, here's the lighthouse area. There is a lot going on here. Yeah, I'm assuming this is an area for Tiny, yeah. We are gonna be... This is gonna be quite the level, I think. I see a door there we can break as on guard. There's usually always one door that can be broken by the animal buddies. Okay, per the hair color, we actually should have the right person here. Yes. Alright, so this was not a wasted trip at least. We will need to return here. As both Chunky and Tiny. Yeah, I don't think the level layout here is bad, but if you don't like swimming, well, have fun. Yeah. That's kind of my assessment of it. Layout-wise, it's not bad at all. In fact, actually, I do like it because it kind of reminds me a little bit of like almost like a survival horror games layout in the sense of the way the backtracking is. But I am not a fan of the extremely slow swimming, so it's kind of a bittersweet thing for me right now. At the very least, at least they did not inundate the level with water enemies, as far as I can tell. So that makes it a little bit easier to deal with. A timer. Oh god. Wait, did that end the thing? Yes, it did. So you have to get there as Chunky, specifically. Oh, alright. I am not sure about that. But we'll try it again. Alright, first, lighthouse. Gotta get going, have fun. Thank you so much for dropping by, Rival. It was great to meet you. And, yeah, thank you for sending me the link to your video. I'll check it out, and like I said, I'll leave a YouTube comment when I do. Thank you for all your help, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Alright, let's go ahead and give this a shot. This is not going well. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to let the timer run out and try it again. Sometimes this game is a little janky. Alright, let's try again. Yeah, I think I'll try and see if I can do this. And then I might call it a stream for now. Try not to overdo it since I was not feeling well today. Try and prioritize a little bit of rest. Plus, I'd like to work on some stuff for that new model reveal. We'll find you somebody cool to hang out with when we raid out. Alright, well, we made it.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Oh no, not one of these. Oh dear. Alright, let's make a save point. I was so hoping we'd be done with these. Alright, we only need one more, so I'm actually going to make a save right there. This is a good run. That could have been the one right there. Ah, thank God this one was not as hellish as the last one. Let's see, does this thing actually hurt me? No. Is there a way to get over there? These are blue bananas, right? Yeah. There might be alternative ways to get in here. Alright, so I think we can head out for now. My demons have been vanquished. Good to hear, Purple. I hope you are well. We're actually about to... We're about to call it. Let me get back to the main area, at least. Then we'll find somebody to raid. Alright, perfect. Let's make a save right here. Alright. Let's switch back. To the office. Alright, yes, thank you everybody for being here today. I really appreciate it. Again, sorry I was gone for so long. I do hope that I won't be gone for very long. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream tomorrow. I was going to say that I would, but after that bad dizzy spell earlier, I'm just going to play it by ear. Going to see how I'm feeling and go based off of that. If I'm feeling okay tomorrow, then I will be back. If not, then I might take a day to rest and, you know, we'll see. In the meantime, I'm going to be working on finishing that thing I'm doing for the new model reveal so we can get that done. Because that has been a long time coming and I'm ready to just get it out of the way, honestly. So we will see. But yes, let me see who is online right now. It was great to be back, and I want to say thank you to Bolgay and Dandy for all of the gift subs. I really do appreciate that so much. Alright, who's online? Alright, we've got quite a few choices. But for today, we're actually going to raid into one of my viewers and friend of the channel, Churi. He was actually here before. And right now he is playing Kern Undying Thoughts, which is a puzzle game. So we're going to go ahead and drop in on him. Please do give him a follow. I would appreciate that very much. And our raid message, as usual, will be Alley Raid. Just like that. Or with whatever emotes you want to use. But that will be our raid message. I'm gonna try raiding with the new little chat client that I have. Right as we were leaving again. Welcome back, Augustine. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm about to end the stream. But I do appreciate you coming by to see me one more time before I end it. I hope you had a great stream. Yes, I do hope that you had a great stream. But don't worry, my hope is to be back tomorrow, but we'll see. I'm gonna play it by ear, monitor my health, because I was not feeling well today. I was pretty dizzy. So we'll see how that goes. But in any case, yes, take care of yourselves, everybody. Please have a great rest of your evening. Eat if you haven't, get some rest if you're tired. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and raid into Churi now. Alright, I'll be seeing all of you next time. Give him a follow. And yeah. See you all in the next one. Until then, as always, stay spellbound.